Good day. My name is Riadon Hamabilio, a Level 3 nursing student at CPAC, and today I will share my report about my topic in the contemporary world. So in continuation of the media and digital world addiction, I will share to you the causes of why people nowadays are into addiction. First is we have the accessibility. So as you can see nowadays, smartphones are affordable. There are brands that sell cheap smartphones with high specs already, and teenagers, even children nowadays, owns one. Philippines has one of the fastest growing internet adoption rates in the world. So internet access is almost available everywhere and anywhere, even sa mga rural and remote areas. One can also just buy a SIM card kag paloadan na nila sa promo nga maka-access internet and pwede na nila magamit bisan diin. So that's why people today kaka-indulge naman sa social media. Sige lang sila scroll sa Facebook, and most interactions are na sa social media. So second is ease of use, hapos lang gamiton. So today's technology is meticulously crafted for intuitive use, catering to our natural desire for instant gratification. So damo-damo kita mga social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, na may ara sila unlimited or infinite scroll features nga ara bala nga pag gusto ka na lang scroll na may ara ka lang Japon content na makitaan, like never-ending stream of content that keeps people glued sa screen. So as stated by Dr. Eileen Sison, apps are engineered to be engaging as possible, exploiting our reward pathways and manipulating our attention spans. So gone are those days no nga makita tang mga bata gang panghampaw na lang sagwa, ga-enjoy na lang sagwa kay subong nga time, daw wala na gid kaayo. Mostly ang mga bata mga balay nun na. Art na lang sila sa ila sulod balay kag dira na lang sila sige cellphone, dira na lang sila gang panghampaw sila cellphone, gatan ang mga movies and iban pa. And even kita we use social media as our way to escape our problems and escape reality. So next is we have the dopamine loops. So do you know what is dopamine? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is associated with pleasure and reward. For example, kung mag-post kita sa Facebook, Instagram, and ano pa nanda nga platforms, and kung makita natin, tayo nga ang aton post nga, damo mga likes, damo mga hearts, comments, damo notifications ma-receive, dataas aton dopamine level, and we feel excitement that compels us to seek more. Arang ginapangita ta siya, dog, naka-enjoy ta ba if ever nga damot the notifications may ma-receive. Social media gives us intermittent rewards, and this dopamine-driven cycle becomes particularly potent in the Filipino context. Kung sa diin ang social media na ang way para sa aton nga ipakita ta aton self sa public, and sa public na ang aton kung diin ta makakita seek approval. So next is the social pressure, the fear of missing out. If sa real world maka-feel ta left out, kung baan ta na maka-feel ta left out, same also man sa social media. If may ara pag o nga trend or mga challenges sa media, ang mga tao gusto man ba yun makisabay sa trend. And also sa ato newsfeed, mo na per ni malabyan na mga quotes or sayings coming from a famous actor B or actresses, mga famous writers, and etc. And kita, if makita ta na somehow na makarelate ta sa amo na nga quote, sa amo na nga saying, and especially if sometimes it's kind of negative, may tendency nga i-share ka na siya sa public, which is also not good man, kaya kaga-affect na siya sa aton well-being. And also, we tend to compare ourselves sa mga tao na makita natin sa social media, while in fact, dapat hindi ta na pag-i-compare aton self kay lain ang makita ta sa social media and lain man ang sa reality gid. So next, we will discuss the global media, digital world, illicit relationship, and sexual promiscuity. So number one is we have here connection and influences. The interconnected nature of the digital world has profoundly impacted how individuals form relationship and engage in sexual activity. Global media, particularly social media and online dating platforms, offer unprecedented opportunities for connection, but can also blur lines and fuel unrealistic expectations. So usually subong nasa media may mga dating apps, and amo na kung ano ang makita ta or ma-engage ta sa online, different din na siya sa reality man. The constant exposure to idealized portrayals of relationship and hypersexualized content on social media can normalize and potentially glamorize illicit behavior, especially for adolescents. Additionally, the ease and anonymity of online interaction can facilitate the development of relationships outside committed partnerships, potentially leading to infidelity and emotional complications. So here we have 7 trivia points. Number 1 is the hataw culture. So studies suggest a rising hataw culture among Filipino youth, characterized by casual flirting and one-night stands facilitated by digital platforms like Facebook and dating apps. So, misis mi nga culture, ang tendency subong is ang mga people mag-indulge sa mga online flirting, like ara bala nga sa Facebook dira magpakita ka mga ka-flirt ka sa isa ka person, and then sometimes amo na gakalit siya sa one night stand, and then diri ka commit mostly ang mga infidelity and ang mga complications man sa banta nga relationship. Next is prevalence of sexting. So, a 2018 survey revealed that 1 in 5 Filipino teenager admitted to sexting. Kung ang sexting, amo ni siya kung diin ka send sexually suggestive messages or images. So, nowadays, do ka budlay gid kay since ang social media makasend ka na pictures and makapagusto ka na kung ano imo i-send and ipakita. And mostly, ang mga relationship, yung mga LDR gabi, kunwari, amo nang ilang nga way sometimes na amo na ipakita ila love through amo ni, and sa amo na nga way sa sexting may ara bit mga potential risk like sexual addiction. So amo ning mga people, mga teenagers gaka indulge taman sa pornography, and if ever man gid for example ikaw nga person mag-send ka man gid bisang kababalaghan sa sa social media sa imo nga sa imo nga ka-text sa imo nga partner, and my tendency is if mag-away ka mo or may gusto ang partner mo something sa imo, i-use yan na ang imo to ginsend as blackmail and emotional manipulation. Sometimes we can trust anyone or kung sino man nada sa social media or kung sino aton gina istorya. So next is misunderstanding and jealousy. The immediacy and lack of nonverbal cues in online communication can lead to misinterpretation of messages and intentions. Ang nagani mostly, may mga people ginagambal na sa personal ang tabi istoryahanay kay mas dasig ma-interpret ko sa chat since lack siya mga nonverbal cues nga which is also important sa communication. So, sa mo ning way, kisa ako mag-chat be, mag-communicate ka mo through online, most people misinterpret yung mga messages, amo na sometimes gagka-lead na siya sa paguba relationships, like also kaka-create pan jealousy and insecurities sa relationship. So fourth is third-party influence. Social media often creates a breeding ground for unsolicited third-party opinions and virtual flirtations. So, amo na gani nowadays, kung may partner nga mag-awayay or magsunggodanay, may partner ginada isa sa inyong tend na mag-seek comfort sa ibang na tao, mag-flirt sa chat-chat man, and amo na siya sometimes ang kapaguba pagit sa trust and loyalty sa mga committed na mag-partner. So Filipino culture's emphasis on close connections with friends and family can exacerbate this, blurring boundaries and creating fertile ground for emotional entanglement. So next is we have the tech infidelity. Research suggests a rise in tech infidelity, where partners engage in inappropriate online interaction or emotional affairs without physical contact. So nowadays, ng mga mag-partner, sometimes ang isa sa ila may gina-entertainment nga lain nga person, and sometimes hindi pa na siya isa lang ka person or third party, sometimes damo pa na, and that's one of the reason why ang mga relationships ang mga committed relationships gakaguba. The anonymity and perceived harmlessness of online interaction can fuel emotional infidelity, leading to significant damage within relationship. Since amo na hindi man kamo magkita na sa personal ang inyong interaction through online man, so wala harm na mag-create sa inyo ng interaction, physical harm, since ara lang man sa screen ang inyong nga interaction. 6 is double standards and stigma. Despite the rising trend of extramarital relations and casual connections, Filipino society generally maintains traditional ideas of fidelity and commitment. This creates a double standard where women often face harsher repercussions and social stigma for sexual activity outside marriage. So, ang paginasubong ang uso kay since sa social media damo ta dapat makita nga mga partners mag-live-in especially outside the country. Pero sa aton ang Filipino culture, which is in the Philippines we are a Christian country, and ang amon nga idea is syempre though at first hindi gina siya amo na ka-normal sa aton, but since amo nang makita ta mostly sa media, we tend to sometimes normalize this idea. The 7 is the need for open communication and education. Navigating the digital world's impact on relationships require open communication between partners. So if you are in a relationship, importantly gid ang open communication. And emphasizing transparency and setting boundaries. It is really important that we are transparent man sa atong partner, and we also need to set boundaries nga syempre, especially if hindi pa kamo married, we have to set boundaries nga amo na dira lang kamo hasta. Additionally, promoting media literacy and healthy relationship education empowers young Filipinos to make informed choices and cultivate responsible digital citizenship. So letter B, we have here eroding values and boundaries, blurring of lines between flirting, relationships, and intimacy. The digital world often collapses traditional notions of flirting, relationships, and intimacy, creating confusion and potentially eroding established boundaries. So before social media, ang courtship is plakatuan magid ang girl sa ilabalay, lisensyahan, and different siya nga effort, unlike today na sa online na, sa social media lang in your interaction, dira lang ka mo mag-flirt, dira lang ka mag-establish relationship, intimacy, and sometimes ang amo na siya nga way gaka-effect sa aton nga relationship and overall sense of well-being, since amo na gani hindi ka mo obtenay pagit personally and hindi niyo makilala ang person gid sang dalo. Texting, messaging, and online interactions can blur the lines between casual flirtation and emotional connection, making it difficult to gauge genuine interest and intention. So since online media lang ang inyong interaction sa Messenger, B, and other forms of platform, sometimes it's hard to distinguish kung ang person ba ina nga ga-entertain sa imo is genuinely interested sa imo and pure iya intention. Kaya it's really hard to trust people na mamit mo lang online because we do not know kung ano gid ang ila real intention behind, especially ang inyo encounter is sa screen lang. The constant availability and immediacy of online communication can also lead to misinterpretation and misunderstanding, contributing to feelings of insecurity and jealousy. Furthermore, the ease of engaging in anonymous or casual sexual encounters online can trivialize intimacy and devalue emotional commitment, potentially impacting individuals' long-term relationships and overall sense of well-being. So social media offers numerous benefits sa aton nga life. Facilitate siya communication, connection, and also information. However, it is also crucial for us to acknowledge and remain vigilant sa iya mga disadvantages. One must refrain from fully immersing or indulging oneself in the social media. And we also need to recognize ang mga content na aton ginatanaw, whether if it is good sa aton or hindi siya good para sa aton. So it is important to maintain balance, leveraging the positive aspects of the use of media and also being aware of its negative impacts. So by maintaining awareness and moderation, we can harness the advantages of social media without succumbing to its pitfalls. So again, social media is good for staying connected and learning different stuff. But we have to remember that what we do in social media, whom we interact, especially if sa mga strangers, we have to remember that it's not real. Everything that we see and encounter in media is far different from reality. So don't spend too much time on it, and remember that what you see isn't always true. So we have to keep a balance because too much is not good for us. So that's all for my report, and thank you.